Hey guys, this is HDGW2. My name is Rapsack.
My name is Oriel.
And we're coming together for another game, this time also on Kylo. Looks like we've got a bit of a series going on here. What do you reckon?
We do. Again, it's going to be joO Binder versus OG Kushery. So, we haven't heard of them before.
No, we haven't, but I'm pretty sure that OG stands for Original Gangster, so that should be alright.
That is a very good point that I didn't think of. joO Binder bring to the table a Mesmer, Warrior, Engineer, Guardian, and Ranger setup, whereas we've got OG bringing to the table the Mesmer, Elementalist, Thief, Necro, and Guardian.
Alright, so a bit more of a varied setup this time, and which should be a pretty good game. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to the Reddit community. Those guys are fantastic. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. That's where all the action is happening. Anyway, let's get into it. Check it out. We have got a Guardian, and he is rocking a Scepter Focus combo. And this is something he's using a bit of a shout build by the looks of it. This is something which I would say is a better shout build. What would you agree, Oriel?
I would agree with this because each one of those abilities actually does give you a boon, so we'll see the effects of the shouts being amplified by that.
And also those traits with the boon healing. You
that's
get healing
correct.
From those boons?
Yes, there's a boon healing build.
So tell me, you've been playing a lot of Guardian recently. Is this something that we've been seeing in early stages? Is this something quite new? Have we seen any changes?
I wouldn't say that we've seen many changes to this kind of the boon healing idea has always been there.
It's just more of a meta shift then.
That's correct. Yeah, it's becoming a little bit more popular lately, just because of the way that the Guardian's been nerfed a little bit. Things have been changed. I guess people are still trying to work out what's going to be the best combination for this kind of boon healing, but definitely this build that he's rocking at the moment is one of the ones that I would recommend.
Ooh, and he's changing to a Mace Shield there, because typically Scepter Shield is quite common. This Mace Shield's kind of cool, Mace has got pretty good DPS on the third strike of the number 1. He's got some symbols as well, and he's got that shield which is going to be quite good at sort of reflecting damage back. On the point here, it is a bit of a hectic fight at the moment. It looks like he's absolutely doing a great job of staying alive. He's coming against this Necromancer, and Necromancer, you saw before that he was laying down a ton of marks and wells on the point, but those boons just doing such a good job of counteracting the debuff.
That's correct, yeah, and as well as that, you're going to have the...
Oh, wait. We have got a Flesh Golem on the enemy team.
Okay.
He's got a Flesh Golem. Can he be serious?
I guess that's one way to put your ultimate into,
I mean, it's not a bad ulti. PvE, it's fantastic, but just the AI just needs tweaking at the moment.
That's correct. Yeah, I guess that's the same thing with the pets as well. The AI could be a little bit better for everything, but
I guess as a ranger, you have pets. That's how it is. You don't really roll without a pet, like in Guild Wars 1. But if you're gonna use something with AI, you want it as good as you can.
That's correct. And we can see a dual Trebs being used at the moment, both hammering the clock tower, really fighting for this point. You can see both teams have got their natural point, so it's just this middle one that's up for contention. You can see this Guardian at the moment, he's up against about what looks like 3 players at the moment. So
he rolled through that last Treb shot, but it's just friendly fire, faux fire, all coming down on the 1 point. I said faux fire. Took a lot of damage from that catapult. You saw that 21k there. And this Necromancer, he's going to jump off, while the enemy Guardian, that little Asura, is going to be taking this point quite happily.
It looks like that little Asura is using also a Mace Shield, so we should see some pretty close fights between the two of them.
I'd like to see the difference in their build. I wonder if he's using more of a shout style. Oh, there's a little bit of an enemy there.
Downed player.
Looks like he's on the wrong side of the neighborhood there.
Being able to... don't you know the original gangsters can go anywhere, man? Doesn't matter what side of the neighborhood they're on.
Oh well, that was pretty unfortunate for him, getting picked up quite easily. It looks like that Ellie gonna take 2 kills in the kill log there. I wonder if that gives you points twice. I'm not 100% sure.
I don't know. That's a little bit strange.
It wouldn't. It's just the misform, I guess.
Look, at the moment we've got joO Binder. They've been able to cap their natural point as well as the enemy's point as well, which isn't the best. Again, we talked about spreading out your resources in earlier matches.
In the previous game, we saw that great lockdown from the Guardians on the far points, the mansion, the windmill, and that worked out really well for them, and at the moment it's doing the same job.
Yeah, I guess, but on the other hand, you have to look at it this way. If you want to get your players to a particular point very quickly, it's a little bit harder to coordinate with that with being so far spread out, basically.
And a little bit of a low point here. I'm just going to take this chance to say, did you guys? I mean, I assume you've all seen it, but I believe it John Peters. He's sort of made a arena official. He's made an announcement saying that pay tournaments are on the way.
That's a very good thing for the sPvP community. We really needed that, and hopefully we'll be able to see a lot more of these competitive matches being able to be casted and be recorded by teams and set up properly rather than just queuing and getting whatever, because we've been speaking to a few teams and honestly one in about 10 or 15 is actually a proper match worth playing. The rest are just against pugs that are queuing up in the tourney. So
I mean, as much as I love seeing a flesh golem in a PvP game like this, I would like to see some really competitive stuff. We have seen some great stuff, but at the moment it is a little bit far and wide between. Look at this, whole enemy team just decided to rock up.
See the Necro and the Elementalist coming up to this point here.
He's got so many minions. He did an alright job there with those bone minions. He exploded one, another one exploded there, and he's doing a pretty good job at whittling down the defense of this Guardian. But you know, you're just so tanky with that sort of setup and the shouts. You know, he's just not going to be doing enough DPS, especially with these pets.
That's correct, and that mark on the number 2 of the mace will be healing him as well.
Ellie comes in, and then Ellie is not much of a bunker Ellie. I don't think he's doing quite a bit of damage. He does have that whirlwind going on right now.
At the moment, the Ellie doing quite a lot of damage onto the Guardian here, but looks like we do have a teammate as well.
But did you see that? How well they were able to stay inside the point? Look at that, knocks him away at the same time. Gonna drop the res.
The rally. Wow, that's just really good coordination.
That Necro's gonna go down.
By joO Binder there.
That was just top play, you know. I mean, sticking inside that point, not even letting it go down for a second. You're still getting points consistently, and then you're going to win the fight. You're going to turn it around.
That's right. That's just team coordination, really. Being able to pop that number 2 in the downstate from the Guardian, and then having the res.
You know, Guild Wars 2 being a very cooldown based game. You know, it's almost like in other games. You know, you want to sort of pop your cooldowns sparingly because you got mana and things like that. Here it's very easy just to pop all your cooldowns, so you really want to be time efficient with that, and I think this shout build is really great for that because you can really just unload. Oh, looks like
that was a bit of a fail by the Guardian. He should have been able to dodge roll that quite easily. He saw it coming.
Luckily, that Trevor's getting distracted now. They're going to be able to rally on this point and keep it. As I was saying there before, though, you know, it's a great job. I actually forgot what I was going to say there.
Yeah, I think you're talking about Guild Wars 1 earlier and just being able to spam your abilities.
Yes, that's right. Sorry guys, it's getting a bit late, but yeah, you know, you really want to hold off on your abilities, but it's great to have those abilities which you can pop really quickly, so you can be really time efficient with everything that's cooldown based. You know, it's really easy to just get carried away with having a lot of abilities to use, and you kind of end up forgetting your entire playstyle.
That Guardian was able to use his ultimate ability just then to be able to heal himself. Again, coming up against this Necro, did a good job with him before, actually.
You know, if I was this Necro, I would not attack this point again. I would literally just be like, you know what, let's just go somewhere else. I think his other teammates have gotten the gist of it, and they've actually gone and capped the midpoint, the other point. So that's happening, but this guy right now, I just don't see him taking out his Guardian anytime soon.
Would just like to mention with the Scepter Focus weapon set that the Guardian is using at the moment, you can see what he does is he uses his number 3 to chain the enemy, then following it up with, I believe, the number 2, which is the fist flying in the air that does a lot of damage.
That AoE on the point. And also that number 1, which is, you know, the downside of it is it's a very slow moving projectile. If you're up at close range, it's actually pretty good. It's almost like hitting them with a mace.
That's correct, yeah.
He does get taken out there. I think, was that Thief that just came in there in the last second and managed to clean him up. I guess we've seen a lot of Treb shots do a lot of damage here and there.
Now it'll be interesting to see where this Guardian goes now, because he knows that that point is going to be kind of reinforced now, or maybe not, maybe they ran away after that, but we should see the Necro still up there looking around. He's heading straight back to the mansion, so they don't want to hit up the clock tower. They're happy to give the clock tower away to the enemy team and just work on the other 2 points.
It worked for them well in the last game. I guess this time they don't have the dual Guardian, so they aren't really able to have one on either point. But at the moment they've been really good with the windmill. It literally just hasn't gone to the blue team in I don't know, I haven't seen it.
It hasn't at all through this game, I don't think.
I think you're right there. So again, fighting this Necromancer. 1v1, he's going to be doing a great job. This Thief, though, is going to be doing a fair bit of damage if he's going to get in there. He is sort of hanging back a fair bit. He's just shooting with a short bow. I'm not really 100% sure why he doesn't get in there too much. I guess he's fearing the AoEs, and you know, to be honest with you, it's kind of a clever strategy, but you really need to get enough DPS to take down these Shout Guardians. Or, you know, if you're gonna spend 5 minutes taking him down, it's really not worth it, is it?
It wouldn't be in my point of view, I don't think.
In a 2v1.
it's just, I think it would be a little bit better if he just got in there and finished the job off rather than waiting for his teammate to do it.
It's like classic Guardian scenario of, you know, keeping the team busy for as long as you can. Doesn't matter if you go down.
Yeah, I mean, he's not necessarily trying to kill players. He's just trying to keep them busy until A, they go down themselves, or B, they've got teammate support. Exactly right. So it's not necessarily a matter of being able to dish out the most damage, but more of a survivability piece.
Although blue team getting a bit of comeback, they've gotten the midpoint as well as capping that mansion. Of course, the windmill is up for contention. I'm assuming this one's going to go to red quite soon. But we'll have to wait and see.
It should be going there.
We can see, we do see the warrior for the red team is actually dropping down now. So if he was involved in that fight, no, I think he was just around the corner here and he's dropped.
And just sneaking back around to the mansion here, hopefully we'll be able to pick that up. No one's defending it at the moment, but it looks like he's caught the attention of somebody.
Looks like he's that
the elementalist, isn't it?
Coming in with that rock dog. I don't know if any of you guys, I assume most of you might know, but you see that little pet there with that elementalist? That's actually part of the ogre set, I believe. If you have 4 runes of the ogre set, it gives you a 5% chance to summon a rock dog. And you might think it's quite weird, but it's actually got such a long sort of, I guess, not cooldown, but it just lasts for so long that...
The duration of the rock dog.
Pretty much. So it can pretty much be up 100% of the time, and, you know, any extra damage is always useful. I'm sure if you played sPvP before, you've come up against one and just been like, what the hell?
I do have to ask the question, can you have more than one rock dog up at a time?
I believe not, but that being said, you can have 1 per player. You know, I've seen teams where they've just been rolling around a pack of 5 rock dogs. It's not too much fun, you know. You see a thief running past and you're like, wait, was that thief? Was he a ranger? How come he has a pet? You know, it's almost like the mental battle is confusing enough.
You can see this elementalist doing not the best job running off the point. Now, one of the things we stress the most is to fight on points, because that way you're putting the point in contention. I guess with the Guardian it's a little bit harder having that area of denial abilities, but still trying to get in there as much as possible is very important.
Yeah, I think that Ellie though, he wasn't really spec'd as a getting attacked from the Trev yet, but he should be totally fine. He's clever enough, he can dodge roll. Oh, but we do see the Treble is actually taken down. Demolition expert. But yeah, I think that Ellie's not really spec'd for bunker. He's not really like a tanky Ellie as such. You know, he's got the rock dog. I guess, you know, it's hard to say, but you know, he's not gonna out tank this Guardian essentially.
That's true. We can see the Necro coming back now again.
It's just Necro versus Guardian this whole time. It's like the ultimate grudge match. It's like life versus death.
Being able to keep this point to the red team. joO Binder doing a good job here with a little bit of support as well now, so hopefully this Necro will go down fairly quickly. However, it looks like the blue team OG has been able to reinforce as well.
This point score is just so tight at this top, you know. I mean, this point has been so rock solid, but their players elsewhere have been doing, blue team's players elsewhere have been doing such a good job to keep them up here. I just don't think they're going to make it in the end. They've just literally lost out the last second. You know, if you see there in that point score, you can see that the Mesmer actually for the red team, joO Binder is actually doing a really good job, as well as some of the other players for the blue team. And all in all, I guess we didn't really see too much of the action off screen, but you know, some great 1v1s, and as always, we hope you enjoy this cast. Stay tuned.